what if you could build a fully functional digital clone of a founder's mind? I know, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? But by the end of this, you're going to see exactly how it's done for just 50 bucks. And trust me, it's a complete game changer.
And this, right here, this is the core idea. This is the hook that makes this whole thing so incredibly disruptive. You can just forget about that six-figure salary. For the price of a video game, you can literally codify and clone your own expertise. This isn't just a small improvement, it's a whole new way of thinking.
Let's just break down the economics for a second. On one side, you've got a $200,000 annual salary for one person. On the other, a $50 one-time cost for an AI that you can duplicate, well, infinitely. We're talking about creating a totally new kind of asset, expertise that can scale.
So why does this matter so much? Well, it solves a huge problem, something people call the bus factor. You know, every company has those key people, right? The ones whose knowledge is just absolutely critical. If they leave or, get hit by that proverbial bus, the whole company could be in trouble. An AI twin, well, that's the ultimate insurance policy. It preserves and shares that vital knowledge forever.
Okay, so how do we actually build this thing? Here's our roadmap. We're going to start by stealing the brain to get all the raw data, then we'll inject its personality to make it sound right, and finally, we'll build the logic so it can reason like a human. Let's get into it.
All right, step 1, stealing the brain. I know it sounds a little dramatic, but it's really all about one thing: data. Every single email you've ever sent, every Slack message, every strategy doc. Think about it. Each one is a little piece of the puzzle that makes up your professional mind.
And this slide, this shows you how it all works. Your entire digital footprint, all that stuff scattered across PDFs, emails, code repos, Slack channels, it all gets collected and funneled into one clean pipeline. It's really about turning all that digital chaos into structured, usable data.
Now, we use these really powerful open-source tools like unstructured.io and Crawl for AI to pull this off. They're designed to connect to pretty much everything, from GitHub to PowerPoint, and they transform that whole messy mix of information into a nice, clean, structured format like JSON-L. This becomes the raw material for a clone.
So once we have our clean data set ready to go, we can move to step 2, injecting personality. This is where the magic happens. We go beyond just the raw facts, and we actually teach the AI not just what you know, but how you think and how you talk.
And this is an absolutely crucial point. We are not trying to build another generic ChatGPT. No way! We are fine-tuning a language model to copy your specific style, your unique voice, and your way of reasoning. We're not building an expert, we are building you.
The secret sauce that makes this so affordable is a technique called LoRA, or low-rank adaptation. Okay, think of it this way. Instead of trying to rebuild a car's entire engine from scratch, LoRA lets us just install a tiny custom chip. These little lightweight adapters are super efficient at teaching the model your personality without needing a giant supercomputer. And the difference is just staggering. I mean, look at this. The old way, full fine-tuning, required a supercomputer. We're talking expensive GPU clusters that cost thousands a month. The new way, using that LoRA technique with a library called Unsloth, well, it runs on a single consumer GPU, like one you'd find in a high-end gaming PC. This is what brings the cost down to just 50 bucks.
Yeah, and this slide really shows the efficiency gain. Unsloth is this amazing library that actually rewrites the model's internal code to make the LoRA training process up to 5 times faster. So you're not just saving a fortune on hardware, you're also cutting your training time down from days to just a few hours.
Okay, so we've captured the knowledge, we've injected the personality. Now for the final and maybe the most important piece, making the AI truly reason like you. And that brings us to step 3, building the logic.
The old way to handle this was something called prompt engineering. Basically, you'd manually write out these incredibly long, complicated prompts just packed with examples, kind of like the one you see here. The problem is, these things are brittle. They break so easily with the slightest change, and they're an absolute nightmare to maintain.
Now, look at the new way. With a framework called DSPy, you can get better, more reliable results with one simple, clean line of code. It's elegant, it's robust, and it's way, way more powerful.
So here's the key thing to get. You should think of DSPy as a compiler for your prompts. You just give it the simple logic, like a question leads to an answer, and it automatically tests and optimizes to find the most efficient way to get the right result every single time. It turns prompting from this fragile art into a reliable science.
And here's the proof. These are the results.
This table shows the accuracy on a math word problem test. With standard prompting, the accuracy is pretty terrible. But when you use DSPy to optimize the program, look at that. The accuracy for GPT 3.5 skyrockets to over 81%. This is what ensures the AI twin doesn't just guess, it learns to follow your reasoning, your precedent.
All right, we've ingested the data, we've trained the personality with LoRa and Unsloth, and we've built the logic with DSPy. It's time for the final verdict. Can a $50 AI twin really replace a $200,000 founder? Let's find out.
So here's the test. A complex, nuanced business decision with no easy answer. This needs deep context, strategic trade-offs, a real feel for the business. This is exactly the kind of gut check question a board would ask its CEO.
And here's the AI twin's response. Just listen to this. Notice how it rejects the two bad options and actually creates a third, better one. It's nuanced, it's strategic, and it even considers the human element of team morale. This is not just a data-driven answer, this is a leadership-level decision.
And now, the real founder's answer. They are identical, word for word. The AI twin didn't just get close, it perfectly replicated the founder's strategic thinking.
And this really is the ultimate takeaway. When you combine comprehensive data, hyper-efficient personality training, and logically compiled reasoning, you can create an AI that doesn't just guess or hallucinate, it follows precedent reliably and accurately.
The technology to do this is here, right now. It's accessible to everyone, and it's shockingly affordable. So that leaves us with one final, provocative thought. If you could clone any mind, living or dead, to solve any problem, whose would you choose and what would you ask them first?